A good Erev Shabbos to you, and I hope you're all well. Firstly, Mazel Tov this week. Mazel Tov to Noah Arazi on becoming head boy at Yavna College, and to Rosalind Bloom on her 70th birthday. To anyone else who has a birthday or anniversary in the coming week. I want to thank everyone who's volunteered, donated, organised events, and taken part in activities virtually to help us stay connected. We wish a refuah shalema, a full and speedy recovery to anybody who's unwell, and a richas yamim, long life, to anybody who's observing a yortzeit in the coming week. I'd now like to share with you the Chief Rabbi's prayer to commemorate the 75th anniversary of VE Day. Avinu Shebashamayim, Heavenly Father, today we stand before you in prayer and supplication. 75 years after the unconditional surrender of German forces, when the world was liberated from the scourge of Nazism. We reflect upon its wickedness, which ought to conquer both godliness and goodliness. Today we offer our gratitude to the selfless and courageous soldiers who brought peace to Europe. They fought that the world might never again know such violence and destruction. May their sacrifice not have been in vain. With tear-filled eyes, we remember the victims of the Shoah, the greatest crime ever committed by man against man, in which the young, the old, and the innocent were brutally murdered because they were deemed guilty of the crime of being different. Such are the consequences when hearts turn to stone, when victims cry for help, and when there's no one willing to listen. Though we cannot change the past, we can shape the future. In the merit of those who gave their lives for the sake of our freedom, may you, who created every human being in your image, grant us fraternity, unity, and hope in our moment of need. May we be blessed to see a time when nation shall not lift up sword against nation, nor shall they learn war anymore. As the world slowly comes to terms with the devastating impact of COVID-19, may you grant us the wisdom to learn the lessons of history. Where hatred and bigotry reign, we must shine the light of truth and freedom. Bless us with a future of health and prosperity, that we might do your will and spread the tabernacle of your peace upon all the dwellers on earth. V'chein yehi ratzon. May this be your will. V'nomar Amen. And let us say Amen. Friends, it's day 28 already, and we haven't even spoken about it yet. It's been exactly 4 weeks, not of lockdown, but since Pesach. And last night we counted the 28th day of the Omer. So let's speak about it just for a moment. Particularly as in this week's Seder of Emor, amongst the list of all the festivals and their respective offerings, the Torah tells us, Usfratem lachem imacharas haShabbos. You shall count for yourselves from the day after Pesach. Miyom aviachem es omer hatnufa, from the day that you bring the Omer offering. Sheva Shabbatos timimos tiyena. 7 weeks, and they must be complete. Now there are a number of things to notice in this posuk. I just want to highlight 2. Firstly, it says, Usfartem lachem, you shall count for yourselves. Now the word lachem, for yourself, is superfluous, included as it is in usual in Hebrew in the suffix of usfartem. The Nesiv Shalom explains that by adding it in, this implies that this counting is lachem, is for ourselves, for our benefit. Usfartem, which is from the terminology of sapir v'yahalom, sapphire and diamond, which means that the exercise that we're meant to go through from Pesach to Shavuos is compared to polishing a precious gem until it sparkles. You know, like the classic description of Aladdin. At present, we are all diamonds in the rough, because we all possess exceptional characteristics and future potential, but it's currently hidden, and we just lack the final touches that will make them truly stand out from the crowd. And as we know, naturally occurring diamonds are quite ordinary at first glance. Their true beauty is only realized through the cutting and polishing process. And during these days and weeks between Pesach and Shavuos, Usfartem lachem, says the Torah, it means that we must uncover our true selves. We must polish and peel away the layers that prevent us and prevent our full luster from being revealed. You know, in many languages, the word for face is similar. In French, it's la face, Spanish faz, and Italian la faccia. Now, these words are similar to the English term facade, which reflects how most people only focus on the external, that which conceals what's behind, the true essence. However, in Hebrew, the word for face is panim, similar to the word panim, the internal, our true essence which stems from within, our pure and sparkling neshama. And it's this that we have to uncover during this time. And the greatest opportunity to do this, the greatest opportunity that we have to do this, is on Shabbos. And that is why the Pasuk says, Sheva Shabbatos Timimos Tiena. There shall be 7 perfect Shabbatot. Because Shabbos is imbued with Kedusha, with holiness. It's the most unique day of the week when we become most in touch with our inner Kedusha, our unique essence, our neshama, our soul. As it says, Kodesh hi lachem. Everything that we do on Shabbos, even lachem, even for ourselves, is holy. Now I know that Shabbos at the moment is more of a challenge due to the current situation. We don't have the usual structure. We can't fill the day with the usual activities. There's no going to shul. We can't share meals with others. The day can seem to drag. But Shabbos still provides us with a tremendous opportunity. You see, we may not be commuting to work or rushing to go here and there and everywhere at the moment. We're not battling with the traffic. We don't seem to be without enough hours in the day to get everything done. But we've swapped that with more time attached to devices. We've become more dependent on our phones and our screens and streaming and social media and conferencing platforms than ever before. According to a piece in Business Today, there's been an 87% increase in social media usage. Before the lockdown, social media usage was on average 150 minutes per day. However, in the very first week of lockdown, the figures jumped to 280 minutes per day. So this is less of a lockdown and more of a logged in. We may be spending more time at home, but are we interacting more with our families if we're lucky enough not to be alone and isolated from them? And so along comes Shabbos, and we switch off and unplug the devices, and that allows us to focus on ourselves and those around us. Instead of talking through devices, we can talk to people face to face. We have time to daven at our own pace, to concentrate on those prayers that speak to us. We can read, we can learn and study. Now we may be familiar with Havdalah at the end of Shabbos, in which we're mavdil, in which we distinguish between the holiness of Shabbos and the ordinariness of the rest of the week. But the act of Havdalah is required from the beginning of Shabbos all the way through until it goes out. Because we must make the distinction ourselves to maintain the unique nature of Shabbos. We must make sure that our Shabbos experience at the moment is wholly and quantitatively different from the rest of the week. And in that way, we can truly enjoy the beauty of Shabbos and uncover the beauty that's within ourselves as we prepare for Shavuos. In the meantime, may Hashem bless us and our families. We should stay well and healthy, and we should enjoy Shabbos. And I wish you all Shabbat Shalom.